MadS wasn't just a screen name, it was a whisper that had haunted the dark corners of an old internet forum once popular in the early 2000s. Mostly in the Arab world, the forum, known as Bait Ulgarib, was famous for its paranormal threadsome for fun, others taken down for being too real. The user MadS had only posted once, a thread titled "I unsealed. What shouldn't he be unsealed?" Then he vanished. Years later, in 2023, Omar, a 27-year-old Syrian cybersecurity graduate living in his, was contracted to digitally archive legacy internet data for a private firm. Part of his assignment involved digging into encrypted long-abandoned forums. That's when he stumbled upon Bait Ulgarib, the forgotten thread by MadS. The thread contained a single post, coordinates to an abandoned Ottoman-era school in southeastern Turkey, and a warning: if you hear the call 3 times, do not respond. If you respond, do not speak. If you speak, don't say his name. Curious, and admittedly lonely, Omar visited the location. The building stood on a small hill, surrounded by dying olive trees and a graveyard whose names had eroded with time. It was nearly sunset, and the adhan echoed faintly from a distant masjid, grounding him for a moment. Inside, the school smelled of dirt, copper, and something faintly sweet like decaying fruit. In the center of the main hall, etched in burnt coal, was the name MadS. That night, back at home, Omar began hearing strange clicks through his laptop. The screen would flicker with the face of a child distorted, smiling, silent. When he played Quranic recitation to calm himself, the sound would distort into animalistic growls. The electricity in his apartment grew unstable. The nightmares began. A classroom full of faceless students, all chanting in reverse, all staring at him. Out of fear, Omar turned to his religious roots. He increased his prayers, made sincere tawbah, and began reading Surah al-Baqarah nightly. Each time he finished, the disturbances paused for a while, but then came the third call. It wasn't a sound, it was a presence, something that stood behind him during Fajr prayer, casting no shadow. He didn't speak. He didn't look, but the entity whispered his name, and then uttered something else. MadS ... is not a name. It's a sentence. Madna, Aziba Kitten, the city of the fallen. The next morning, Omar found a trail of ash leading from his prayer mat to his laptop. A new message was open. You listened. You are marked. In panic, he contacted a sheikh from a local masjid, who advised him to stay in constant dhikr and disconnect from any digital source tied to the curse. Omar complied, deleted everything, left his job, and moved closer to a practicing community. Months passed. The disturbances faded. But at exactly 3:07 a.m. every Thursday, his phone lights up with a notification from an app that doesn't exist. Just one word: MadS. And when he reads it, he hears it again. The whisper, the city, the curse, the presence never left. It just learned to wait. End of story.